In this part of the video, I will be showing you how to install Ubuntu on your Windows machine. This is essential for cross-compiling our Windows Qt. We will then be cloning our source code from GitHub and installing dependencies. Let's begin. It is recommended that you have a clean install of Windows, or tidy it up by removing programs that might slow it down. You should also make sure there are no unwanted programs running in the background. The first thing we are going to do is click on the Windows icon. Then go to the Microsoft Store. Then in the search bar at the top, type Ubuntu. We are going to choose the first one. Click Install and wait. Once it has finished, exit. Do not launch it yet. Then back to your Windows icon, and type a search for PowerShell. Right-click and run as administrator. Now, in the PowerShell terminal, we need to add one command that will allow us to use Ubuntu. Copy and paste the line from the paste bin provided. Enable Windows optional feature, online feature name Microsoft, Windows, subsystem, Linux. Then hit enter. It takes a little while for this to process, so be patient. When it is done, you may have to restart. If it gives you the option to restart, type yes. As I have already done this configuration before, I do not need a restart. Once you have restarted Windows, you can then search for Ubuntu. You must open as administrator. When you do, it will start installing. This will take around 3 to 5 minutes. Once installed, you are prompted for a username. This can be anything you want. Then provide a password. Repeat the password to confirm. And that's it. You have now managed to get Ubuntu on your Windows machine. Next, we will be cloning our coin from our recently made repository and installing the required dependencies. Type ls to be sure there are no files in your Ubuntu machine. Then we are going to type git clone space, then add the path to your repo. If you don't know the path to clone your coin's source code, you can copy it from the repo. It can be found after clicking the green button named Clone or Download. Once you have the path, press enter. It will then clone the source code to your terminal. We can check it has worked by typing ls again. Now we can see our source code is there. Enter the Vision X folder. We do this using cd as with our Ubuntu virtual machine. Here you can see we have the whole source code. Now navigate back to the home directory using cd. Clear your terminal. We are now going to copy and paste the command from our paste bin. This will make a copy of our coin to our Windows desktop. Press enter and wait. You can now see it has created a copy on our desktop. We know now that the Ubuntu terminal and Windows are collaborating. Next, we are going to copy and paste the first of our dependencies. Be sure to copy them from the paste bin in order. I will fast forward this part of the video, as it's just copy and paste and waiting. When that is done, we are going to go to our docs and look at the file named buildwindows.md. Here we should find some information about building requirements. However, it looks to be outdated. So we are going to go to the same document in the Bitcoin GitHub. We are going to make our first build, a 64-bit. So we need to copy the first command, sudo apt update, paste it into the terminal and hit enter. Then return for the next command, sudo apt upgrade. Type Y when prompted. This will take a long time. So whilst that is running, let's update our build windows.md document. We are going to copy the Bitcoin contents and replace ours in the file. Go back to the Bitcoin document named build windows.md. You will notice a little pencil icon. If we click on that, we can highlight all and copy it. Then return to our document in our repository. Click on the pencil icon, highlight all and paste over it. Scroll down and type in the description, update to follow Bitcoin Windows build. This will allow people to see why the document was updated. You should always detail your changes. Then click on Commit Changes. As you can see, we now have updated the file. So, the next time we need to make a Windows Qt, we can look at our own docs as reference. Now return to the terminal. It is not yet finished. You have probably noticed by now, being a developer means spending a long time sitting in front of your computer, normally waiting on installations or compiling. Not fun to watch, so I am going to speed up this part of the video. Now that is done, paste the next command. This will install the libtool auto tools. I already have this installed, so it didn't need to install. You will likely need to wait a while as it installs. We have already cloned our coin from GitHub, so we can skip that stage. Next we need to install the MingW cross compilation tool for the 64-bit Windows. Copy this command and return to the terminal. This part normally takes a very long time. However, I already have this installed too. Be prepared to wait for a long time when you install this. Next, set the default compiler option to POSIX with the next command. Choose option 1. Now we need to make sure our paths are correct. Use this command. It will make sure the source path is somewhere in the default mount file system. Next, clear your terminal. It's often good to clear your terminal to remove all the clutter. It helps you to focus on what you are doing. Now we are going to enter our Vision X folder. And like before, we are going to change our permissions. These are located in the Depends folder and the Share folder. We also have a configuration file in autogen.sh to change. Follow the steps using the commands in the paste bin. I will speed this up as it should be familiar to you by now. Okay, with that done, we are ready to start cross-compiling our Windows Qt. Remember, this will take a long time. It's best you go rest whilst this is compiling. To start cross-compiling, we are going to access the Depends folder and paste in the next command. Now, here we can see one example of what often goes wrong. It has failed due to not being able to access a server. If this happens, resubmit the command. It will work the next time. Again, this will take so long. I will speed up to the end. Now that has finally finished. We are going to go back one level by typing cd ... then paste in ./autogen.sh. Next, add the command line to configure. With that done, we need to give the command make. This will make our Windows 64-bit Qt. We have now successfully cross-compiled our Windows Qt. We just need to get the Qt onto our Windows desktop. Copy and paste the final command to do this. Edit the command with your correct path to the desktop. My computer name is admin, so replace that with your computer name. Hit enter and you will see the new file appear on your desktop. In part 3, we will investigate the folder and open up our Windows Qt for the first time.